What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be going through Aldia's Keep. Now we're going to be starting here in the shaded woods of the ruined Fork Road bonfire. Also, hopefully, as I'm speaking right now, hopefully you can hear the game sound in the background. Really hope so. Now, to get to this area, you're going to need something called the King's Ring, which we picked up from Vendrick, or I guess from took it out of his pocket, really, is what happened. And to do so, you're going to need to defeat Valstat in the Undead Crypt. And to get to the Undead Crypt, you're going to have to defeat the Demon Song in the Shrine of Amana. And to get Shrine of Amana, you're going to have to defeat the Mirror Knight in Drango Castle. And all that. But if you've been following along with this series, hopefully you've done all that. So, what we're going to do is go down this middle path here. First things first, we have to take out these little dogs. I don't even know what to call them. And they're gonna run away and bait us into a Cyclops. So we're gonna bring him back. Standard procedure for fighting one of these, just keep backing up. And eventually he'll stop following you. And that's usually the sweet spot that you want to fight him in. Not get that follow-up attack in. That's alright. Slow and steady wins the race. Ran out of space. Oh, we gotta go that way. Miss me with the grab. And there we go. And he did not drop anything for us. Now then. Right over here, there's two weird creatures that we saw before. Get the red tearstone ring there. So that ring, if you guys don't know, is actually really, really good. And you can grab that as soon as you get to the ruined Fork Road bonfire. This up here will be a dead end for you, but that item is completely available to you. If you don't know what the red tearstone ring is, boosts attack when HP is low. You have to be below 20% health, and you'll get a huge increase in damage. So lots of speedrunners use that for extra damage. Obviously, if you die in a boss fight, the speedrun's pretty much over anyways. So having minimal health is not actually that big of a deal. And there you see produce the symbol of the king. So these, as I've mentioned a couple times before in the playthrough, are King's Gates. To get in, real simple. All you gotta do is throw on the King's Ring. Wait a moment. Maybe get closer, and then it's gonna start to open. And once that's done, you can take it right back off, and King's Gates do not close. So you really only need to put it on right when you first encounter it. And this brings us to Aldia's Keep. So, big, scary looking mansion. Around this place you have a whole bunch of those little creatures that we just fought. See them over there. They cause petrification build up, I should say, not damage. So be very careful of that. Get petrified, you get turned into a statue. No one wants that. You can see there, it's only going to take about 4 hits for that to happen. He just dropped me a Black Knight Halberd. Did I just read that right? Weird. I did not know they could drop that. And back here, this is actually, interestingly enough, a Mimic. Now you can tell that's a Mimic because of the two weird looking like locks on the front. Most of these chests don't have that. Of course, stand behind or to the side of Mimics when fighting them. And you get the Dark Mask and the Malformed Skull. The Malformed Skull, I'm not sure where it stands these days, but it has really good critical multiplier, I think. And I don't know, it's just like a really good strength weapon. Pretty cool looking too. Like I said, you know, like Faith builds used to be unbelievably powerful in Dark Souls, so there have been some buffs and nerfs to certain things in the game, so I really couldn't tell you where that stands these days. But in here, got a bonfire and Lucatiel sitting here without her mask.
your safety. Please take these.
Get her entire armor set and her weapon.
Consider this thanks for keeping me safe. My name is Lucatiel. I beg of you remember my name, for I name not myself. My name is Lucatiel. I beg of you remember my name, for I name not myself.
So there you go, Lucatiel. She's losing her memory. The curse of the undead, and she despawns there. So kind of sad. And that's going to be the end of Lucatiel's questline. You only get that opportunity to get all of her gear and her weapon there if you have summoned her for all the boss fights. I talked about this earlier in the series. I believe you can summon her for all but one, and you have to keep her alive in all of them. So that way, like if you miss her in one, or she dies in one of the boss fights, you're not completely out of luck, you know. So that's how you do it. And you have to talk to her in every location. That goes without saying, because if you don't talk to her, you won't be able to summon her. So that's pretty much how that goes. I'm trying to find all of her gear here so I can just show it to you. Pretty cool looking armor set. It's like a fancy kind of swordsman thing going on. I do really like using the helmet actually, or the mask I should say, and it looks pretty cool. But I doubt I'll have enough equipment load to wear it. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. Actually, hold on, that might be the sword. Yeah, we can use that. I don't know. We should probably just stick with the hood for old time's sake. And here's a dark mask, by the way, part of the Dark Wraith armor set. Now, there are several... I'm going to say there are 5 mimics in this game. I could be way off. There could be way more. But I think there are 5. And one of them is located in Drangleic Castle for sure. And it is, I don't remember what's in it, to be honest with you. I think it's like a firestorm or something. A copy of that pyromancy. But then there are 4 others, and they are the Iron Chest variant, like we just took out over there. And all of the Iron Chest mimics drop you a piece of the Dark Wraith set. So that one we got the mask. So if you want to know where that is, there are plenty of videos showing you the locations of those mimics, but that's how it works. Now moving on into the keep, we get invaded by Aslatiel of Mira, Lucatiel's brother. Now I've heard lots of things like it kind of is implied that she dies there at that bonfire, and the way she just kind of disappears. And so like she was this close to seeing her brother, and she didn't actually get to see him, which is sad, but he is also apparently gone hollow, seeing as he is just trying to kill us. Wow, he's being real feisty today. Oh, okay, that's how we're gonna do it. He's a pretty formidable enemy, though, to be honest. I mean, Lucatiel did say that she never beat him, not even once. We got some more lightning, by the way. It's kind of what I've been working on off screen. There we go. Aslatiel Mira has been vanquished. So yeah, you kind of take that how you will, I suppose. Whether it's good or bad that she never got to see him. Now, into Aldia's keep. All of these little wagon things here, by the way, have chameleons inside of them, and you need something else to break it in order to actually get that. I can't remember. No, just gonna sit there. The dragon jumped at you in the vanilla version of Dark Souls 2. I think there's a way to make him do it in this as well, but he just doesn't seem to want to. So over here, you see this fog. This...
Are you tormented by memories? Now the question, are you ready for more? If you are, then we
This is a Royal Sorcerer Navlaan, I believe, something along those lines. So basically, yeah, he's saying that he's trapped in here, some spell contains his power, and he's pretty evil. I must say no.
Yes, yeah, that's what good people do. Am I right? Your feeble mind can't begin to comprehend me. Not that you've ever tried.
So basically, he has assassination contracts. He wants you to take out various NPCs and get you, and you need to get an item from each of them that in order to prove to him that you killed them, you have to bring them back here. And there's a few of them. Off the top of my head, you got Kale, the cartographer from the Forest of Fallen Giants. You need his hood, which you can get by killing him, or you can complete his quest line. Then you got the laddersmith Gillian, I believe, or Gilligan. It's Gilligan, I think. You need the miniature ladder ornament, which he drops when you kill him, or you can just buy it from him for not 8,000 souls, but I believe 7,999. Got to make that very clear. Then there's Falcon the Outcast. He wants the Sunset Staff. Of course, Falcon will just give it to you if you do his or fulfill his requirements, I guess. And also the Aged Feather, the thing that the Emerald Herald touches your head with when you are going to level up with her. So all of those things can be acquired by killing those NPCs, but there's also a workaround for it. The one you're probably confused about right now is the Aged Feather. The Emerald Herald will be meeting with us again here soon, so we will actually get that item from her. So now this over here, you can see all these messages. None of them are player messages. It says, "Don't you dare." All the other ones say, "Pull back." I've always thought that was kind of cool. It's like, it seems like it's open to interpretation. Pull back as in you actually have to pull the lever backwards towards you to use it, and also pull back as in don't go this way. That's actually going to open up or release Navlaan from his prison. So that's not good, really. He's kind of like Lycia, he'll just invade you all over the place. Now, moving on, oh, actually I should have said down there that there's a torch thing you can see there. All the torches in this area that you can light, or torch stands, will summon a Forlorn, so do be careful of that. Now, over here, these mirrors, all kind of like the mirror, or Looking Glass Knight's shield. And they're all going to have an NPC inside of them. And all the NPCs want to hurt you. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can do that too. Oh, it doesn't break your guard, I guess. Alright, let's just finish him off then. No more fancy tricks. We just needed stamina. This one has a guy sticking halfway out with an item on him. Oh, that's right. This one has the next NPC. Ah, didn't get the backstab. And again. And again. Okay, apparently this guy just can't be backstabbed. I'm sure he can, just not by me. Northern Ritual Band +2. Probably remember we got the +1 version earlier in the playthrough. So no need to explain that again. Alright, come on, let me at him. There we go. Him for 2,196 and he's still going. They got a lot of health. So if we open this chest here, Bright Bug ×1. Can't remember what that does. Inflict more damage, receive less. Okay. Then up here we've got a Cyclops that was frozen and we need to use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on him. Now, I'm probably just not going to, seeing as you can get upstairs another way. But he has a chance to drop something called the Dragon Acolyte Mask, I believe. Or the Sage Hood. I think it's the Sage Hood, actually. They both look very similar, to be honest with you, but yeah, they're it's pretty cool. It's like a I'll point it out up ahead. There's an enemy called the Dragon Acolyte with the Dragon Acolyte hood, obviously, and the Sage Hood looks very similar to it, so I'll just explain that up ahead. And of course, I haven't really addressed it yet, but the giant chameleon. Drops the magic stone for us. Crimson water. We've got all these guys just frozen as statues. That's the way we came up. That is going to be the way forward through there, but first of all, up here, once again, there is going to be a location for you to summon a Forlorn. Two bonfire ascetics there. And we can get a move on. So this room, pull the lever in the dragon's mouth to close the door behind us, which will open the one in front of us. And you see all kinds of crazy monsters trapped in these cages up above us. So we've got the Mimic right there, right off the bat. There's a Cyclops down there. Now this, I'm pretty sure, is the one that just lights the place up. Yep, so now we can actually see in here. And how many more lockstones do I have? I have 6, so yeah, I can be using those. Now behind all these paintings, maybe I have to initiate this. Dragon Acolytes, there you go, that's what the Dragon Acolyte hood looks like. Now the Sage's hood is like that, but the, I guess, ball inside of it is blue, and instead of like a white hood, it's like, it almost looks like long white hair. So pretty cool looking mask. I actually really like it, but I've got this weird creature. Now that thing up there, I remember, I feel like they used to drop the malformed skull. I think he's actually gonna break out. I can't remember, but that's actually the creature that used to be where the Flexile Sentry in Lost Bastille is. If you remember, right before the Lost Sinner, we have to fight a Flexile Sentry. So that's what used to be there before they added that. Kind of interesting. Right here we got an illusory wall with a bonfire behind it. I'm gonna light that, not gonna rest. And down here we've got all these like meat dogs. And there's a whole bunch of items in there, but they are stuck in an acid pit, so you want to take off all of your armor, weapons, and rings before going in there and trying to get those items. And another stand to light if you want to fight another Forlorn. So moving on then. I think there's an enemy behind you. Oh yeah. Come on out. Okay, so that's locked. Another enemy? Nope, that one's empty. Now back here is a chest. And this door is locked. As you can see, there's chains all over. So the way that you actually get that open, you gotta make this guy break out. I believe if you just hit him, he will come out of there. Yeah. Breaks it down easily. So you want to lure him over, and he will actually smash this wall if you bait him into it. There we go. And now, of course, we have the Cyclops to deal with. I always thought that was one of the coolest things in this game. Which, I mean, it's not like super creative, but just a different way than, oh, that's locked, I gotta play through this whole level and find the key, you know? Ah. There we go. And he also... Did he? No, he didn't. It sounded like he broke one of these wagons. That would also be how you break these wagons. It's just bait Cyclops into them. Now before I forget, we're going to open this chest here. Malformed shell. So I think this is different than the malformed skull, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so this is a hammer version. Again, kind of freaky. It looks like teeth or something. But yeah, that's there. And then through here, got one more enemy. And of course, you can hop down into the acid pit down there. There's always like body parts and stuff here. These are actually giants, I just realized. Interesting. So yeah, they're just being dumped down there. Get rid of them. And you see another Cyclops back there, so gotta bait him out. Really makes an entrance like the Kool-Aid Man. And he actually let out one of those chameleons. So we're gonna take care of the chameleon first, seeing as he is the biggest danger in my opinion. That was close. It's probably gonna smash this other wagon if we're not careful. There we go. Now then, through here we are almost to the end. This should open, right? No, that's still locked. Alright, there's a key around here somewhere. Maybe we get it from the boss. I think this one was open normally. Yes. Yes. And then this one is going to have a Cyclops on the other side again. Going close to it. And there he is. Right on cue. Oh no! GG's. Really didn't expect him to go for 2 grabs in a row. Well, considering what just happened, we're going to adopt an old method, an old favorite of mine, you might remember. We're just gonna kill these guys with poison arrows. Should be 4 to proc the poison, and now we wait. Gonna hit him with round 2. I think he figured us out. I think he knows who's shooting arrows at him now. Oh yeah, here he comes. I'm afraid it's too late though. I wonder if I let him grab me if he just died while he was eating me. Oh. Okay. Moving on then. Let's leave that guy alone. So that door was locked. We definitely need a key. Simpleton Spice Twilight Herb. Okay, maybe the key drops from the boss. I just cannot remember where it is. If not, we'll come back to that, okay? But for now, we're gonna work on this boss. This is the Guardian Dragon. Oh, that's right, he starts off sleeping. So, he's no different than any other dragon you fought before. He still gets me with that, just like all the other ones. But he will fly more often, I think. And he likes to do it a lot, just make things difficult for you. So, basically, just ideally, you're just going to want to bait out these stomps. Sometimes he likes to fly up there, though, and he's going to breathe fire down. Just go as far to the edge of the arena as possible. Looks like he's gonna fly again. Oh, he did breathe fire. I might be able to hit him. Oh, now if he's gonna drop. Oh wow, that really tracked him straight down. That was sick. That's just like a single fireball, and obviously that's got some tracking on it. It'll be aimed at you. And we're going to try to get underneath him so he stomps. He's just not having it though. Drop down again. And he's going to fly again. Oh, try to go for a swing there. Pretty like simple fight, honestly. It's just, you see that turn, man? It's so sick. He just is kind of feisty, so. And there we go. Ideally, he'll just keep stomping on you because that's super easy to avoid, and you can keep getting damage in. But sometimes that's just not the case. We got the Guardian Dragon Soul from that, and that's the way that we will take to go forward. But as promised, I'm gonna go look into that key, and I'll be right back. Okay, so all you have to do is light the 4 braziers that the Forlorn will be summoned by. Obviously, that means taking out all 4 Forlorn, and then when you do that, you go back to the main entrance of this place. You can just warp back to that bonfire where we found Lucatiel and get to it really easily. You won't be invaded by Aslatiel again or anything. So then you walk through the front door where that giant skeletal dragon was, and he will come to life and just basically die right after that, actually, now that I think about it. So maybe come to life wasn't the best terminology, but he'll drop the Aldia key, which you can use to unlock those doors. And that's basically just like a little side route that you can take, a reward for defeating all the Forlorn, obviously, but a side route that you can take to circle behind that one Cyclops that otherwise ambushed us through the wall that we couldn't see. And that's about it. There's some items in there, but I'm not going to make you guys sit through watching me fight all the Forlorn, so I'm just going to leave that to you if you want it. Obviously, as you saw, you can get through the area no problem without it. Now, real quick, this is like my favorite area. One of my favorite areas in all of Dark Souls, the entire trilogy. I just love how it looks. I mean, like, most of the stuff that Dark Souls does is really creepy, like the inside of Aldia's Keep, which is kind of their thing. It fits the theme, but I really like their outdoor, like, sunny areas, too. They're, really nice. It just makes it feel like more of, like, an adventure-y RPG game, which I'm a fan of. So you got a dragon scale there. I'm gonna head up to the top. Such a nice view. Archdragon Peak in Dark Souls 3 is another one that I really like. And it gets dark again. And light. And dark. And light. You see a dragon flying out there. And there we go. So, at the top, proceed through this hallway. And we get to Dragon Aerie. All kinds of dragons. Thankfully, we don't have to fight most of them. And we get the Emerald Herald again. Somehow made it through Aldia's Keep. Probably smacked up the Guardian Dragon way better than we did. And she's just chilling here.
Bearer of the curse, long have I awaited one such as you. One who might shatter the shackles of fate. One who can set me free. Bearer of the curse. It was my own manifestation that led you here. The ancient dragon has watched over the world for eons past. Take this.
Get the Aged Feather, as I said earlier.
Do not resist. The dragon welcomes you.
And that's it. So, to proceed, let's drop right down here. Okay, we didn't need to jump that far. Cross the bridge, and we got a bonfire. So, I'm debating whether or not to do this area in this episode or the next one, because we have to go through a dragon shrine up there. I'll probably do it in the next one. I feel like this episode's gone on for a little while, so this is just Candyland, honestly. Every drop, every item you could possibly want is in this area, so we should have some fun with that. So until the next video, guys, thank you for watching and have a good one.